Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I have a Tableau tiny tip. We'll call it hack. And I teased out that I had one to share yesterday. Don't hate me. I didn't get a chance to post it. But I was really excited. I discovered a bit of a hack that maybe you all already knew, but it came on the heels of I finished building a beautiful dashboard. And of course, this stakeholder said, "This is great, but." And if you've ever built a beautiful dashboard and someone has said that to you, you cringe. So it's not uncommon that somebody will say, "I need a Excel download of some portion of the data." Right, wrong, otherwise, should we be doing that? So many questions, lots of why, but we're not here to solve that today. Today, we're here to figure out how do we make this as easy as possible for the end user. If you've built a crosstab in Excel or in Tableau before, it does a beautiful job of making it very visual by these merge cells for customer name. A lot of my crosstabs looks like this because I don't always have a unique ID for each level of, or each row or each record. And a lot of times we want to see customer name first. And over the years, when they ask that they need a Excel download, I might be able to get away with it by restructuring the order of the dimensions here and making my most granular, smallest level record first, and then maybe customer name, which doesn't look as visual, but I know that's not what they're looking for. They want it to be simple for the Excel download. If you're not sure what I'm talking about yet, let's take a look. That's not the right one. I'll pull up Excel. So if you export this right now to Excel, and you can do that a number of different ways by doing export crosstab, export data, copy crosstab. You could build a dashboard, create a button. You could do any number of things to get this sheet into Excel. And if you want to follow along, or if you want to play with the data, the Superstore data is what I use for 90% of my Tableau tips. So that's what I'm using. Right now I have customer name, subcategory, and I'm summing sales by each subcategory. So I started thinking, I don't have a unique identifier for each row, but I can easily create one, because what we're doing here is just bring customer name, subcategory, and then summing sales, right? What I just said. But really, there's only one subcategory, art. So if I just concatenate this, and if you've not done that in Tableau before, yes, calculation one, whoops, but customer name is a string. So for a string, we can do the customer name plus, and then quote. I like to do a delimiter, so whatever your fancy is, whether it's a dash or something else, a pipe, something. We have something there, or a space even, in my mind, plus, and then the other string. Created that calculation because in my head I thought, I know, I'll put this on as the first record, first column, and then when I extract, I can just do text to columns. Duh, I was way underthinking and not giving Tableau credit for what it would actually do with that calculation. So you may already know what's about to happen, but the minute I drop this on as the first record, it's going to have a unique ID for each row. Watch what happens to customer name. Oh, I already hit it. Well, that's not happy. Let's do that again. The drum roll didn't happen. Okay, so I'll drop customer one in front of customer name, and look, okay, the customer name fills in for each row because now I have that unique identifier beginning here. Customer name then isn't going to do its merge cell because it only does that when it's the first record for multiple second records, if that makes sense. So since this is unique, it's going to fill in every row. So what's great is all I have to do is hide this, and now this is exactly what my stakeholder needs. I can export it. Yes, I'll have that extra column, but I can delete it. I already did that. And he can do his pivot table or whatever else he needs to do now in Excel. So there's your Tableau tiny tip / hack. If you knew this already and I'm late to the game, I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear your other tips on how you handle Excel exports. All right, thanks all. Bye.